Hello and welcome back to Tuesday Night TerrorVision. Etep right here with you, joined by my co-host Trina. Good evening, Trina.
Hello, how's it going? I'm so happy to be here again, and hello to everybody watching as well, and welcome again, Brandon.
Hi guys, how's it going? Thank you for having me again.
Welcome back. Glad to have you back, sir. I was, like I said, I hit you up last week, and Trina wasn't feeling good, so I'm like, okay, we'll postpone, and then you were able to come on tonight. So, yeah, man, we're glad to have you back, brother.
Super excited about it. I appreciate it. I really do.
Oh, dude, glad to have you. And yeah, I enjoyed the Friday the 13th Part 5 review that you did last, which was that's like Danny Steinman, the porn director.
The porn director, yes.
The porn director, dipping his toes in the Friday the 13th water, not in the Dan Schneider way.
Because why not?
No, it was good. It was a fun review to listen to.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. But yeah, so we're glad to have you back. Hey, we got Papa Cotton and superfan Adam Shawhan, and Davian stopped in early. Feel better, Davian. Hope you feel better, man. Get some rest. And yeah, I'm sure people will be filing in over on X as our X views have been way up. We are getting ready to do I'm thinking about doing something daily over there, but that's another story. Tonight, folks, we are going to be discussing a Wes Craven movie. One that I saw as a kid and was immediately enthralled with, and rented it and kind of copied the VHS from, the rental copy to a blank video cassette, which I still have in my collection somewhere out on my shelf. Yeah, Shocker, starring Mitch Pileggi as Horace Pinker, which we have now. We do this proper around here. We're reviewing a movie. We're a professional operation here. So let's do this. And that title sequence is just awesome.
That was the most MTV thing.
Oh my God, yes.
I love it.
There's the Megadeth in there, singing No More Mr. Nice Guy, and you have an Alice Cooper cameo, but no, this movie, I think it has one of the best openings. Yeah, like you said, the very MTV feel.
Yes.
The end of the 80s going into the 90s, kind of like that rock and roll. Yeah, yes. It's not quite Slumber Party Massacre rock and roll vibe, but a cooler one than that.
Right, for sure. Much cooler.
So I said the music and the imagery, really, they set the tone, and it gives, like, this beginning montage gives you like a lot of like information. It gives you like, it's exposition that you kind of have to watch the movie again, because if you don't really pay attention, you're going to miss things and just think it's the opening montage. It really might not have any connection to it, but it does upon further review. So we have the cast in this. Mitch Pileggi is Horace Pinker. Heather Langenkamp played an unnamed victim in this, which was a nice little nod. And also we have Peter Berg as our lead, Jonathan Parker. I think he did it. I can't really find too much fault with Peter Berg in this movie. Goofy, vulnerable, kind of learns as he goes lead. He wasn't perfect, and they really go out of their way to show you how imperfect he is. We had Camille, the very lovely Camille Cooper, as Allison Clement. I kind of had a thing for this actress after I saw this movie as a 9-year-old. I'm like, oh my God. Like, yeah. Ted Raimi plays Pac-Man.
Yes.
Jessica Craven as the counter person at the beginning. That's Wes's daughter. Gets a role in this. John Tesh is the TV newscaster.
Yes.
Cult leader John Tesh. And one of my favorite Friday the 13th character actors, Vincent Gustafaro, as Officer Pastore in this. Deputy, wherever the red dot goes, you bang. And then he came back to play the sheriff in the Womp Stomp, Never Hike Alone 2, which was
awesome.
That is, they were so
dude,
good.
both of them are so good.
Yes. We have, let's see, Sam Scarber is Coach Cooper. Michael Murphy plays Jonathan's adopted father, Lieutenant Don Parker. That's Michael Murphy. And then Richard Brooks plays Rhino. So we start out with the Pinker warehouse scene with all the TVs, and you really look at it. There's all the violent imagery on the
Yes.
TVs. When they raid his warehouse, you've got the secret passages. That shit was cool. How I love how when they go, okay, so the cops, when they go to Pinker's warehouse, this is one of my favorite things about this in the beginning of this movie when they go there. Why is there only 4 of them, right? Why is this guy such a dangerous? They take 4 cops, and the one guy's just sitting around smoking a cigarette before he gets ripped into the wall. I'm like, wait, what? Like, that always killed me. I'm like, like, my dad's a cop. I'm like, I've been around. I'm like, it wouldn't seem like, if you're in that tense of a situation, it's like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna have a square. Like, this seems like that time. Seems like that time.
Hell, it's perfect time.
Yeah. The cops, they find his satanic worship area, and I like how the TV news report identifies Pinker as the killer, but they name Jonathan as the person who helped find him.
Yeah,
which was really, really good. Give the witness's name away on TV. And this obviously pisses Horace off, and that puts his Jonathan and everybody around him in harm's way. He gives Allison the pendant. Remember, he gives her the pendant.
Yes.
But we got to talk about the football scene, though. We got to talk about the football scene. Oh my God, that is. I've never cringed so hard as somebody who played football. It's like, and watching that back now, it's just like, oh my God, running into that fucking goalpost like that, like,
dude.
Oh, that's a fucking. He just get back out there. That's a concussion, bud. That's a concussion.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, but this was the 80s. Those don't matter.
No,
concussions don't matter now.
Get back out there.
Yeah, get back out there. Are you bleeding?
Did you die though?
Did you die? Yeah, but did you die? You're fine.
Trina, what did you think at the beginning? Like, go ahead.
I thought it was funny. It was very 80s, and I thought to go all the way back to the very beginning, I loved the opening scene. It really that is a quintessential 80s opener.
Yes,
and then
sure.
Yeah, and then with the football scene, I just thought it was kind of foolish but funny, because he's like there's this chick that he's eyeballing, and he can't do anything because he can't keep his concentration. And it was silliness and goofiness, but it was good though. It was still good. It wasn't like it was cheesy, but not like in a bad way.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like you have fun watching it.
Yeah, it does. It's a tone setter, and it really does it. You look at the way like the coach acts, and they give a little bit of development to the coach character, which I liked. Rhino, I think the coach got a little bit more than Rhino did throughout there. Rhino was, a little bit. Obviously, he's Jonathan's number 2. I didn't realize, when I was young, that Ted Raimi was Ted Raimi. That's so funny now looking back.
Right.
He was Pac-Man. What's up, Grave Reviews? Hail. Good to see you. We'll be over there Thursday night for Dawn of the Dead, 2004.
Shout out to Drew Reviews, by the way. That's my buddy Andrew. That's my partner in crime right there.
Hey, Drew Reviews.
Welcome, Chef Nation. Good evening to you. Good to see you. All right. So Jonathan, he gives Allison the pendant for her birthday. He gives her a pendant for her birthday. And then he leaves for practice. They're back at their house at this point. Remember, he fell asleep or something, and he's got to go back for practice. And he leaves her there, gives her the pendant, and a very angry Horace Pinker. And Jonathan's got a dope ass ride Like, what is that? I think that's is that an old Chevy he's driving? His car.
I don't remember. I didn't pay attention to the car.
I didn't. I've always like taken note that it was like a nice old, like, it looks like a 50s style car.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, I might be 60s, late 50s, early 60s, but it's a dope car, man. And he takes off in this thing, and yep, here's Horace. And that is a pretty brutal, like, it's implied there's not much. You get the hand across the bathroom floor and him when he first comes in and grabs her, but it's just heavily implied, and it's a brutal scene in the wake of the murder. And he leaves that little blood-soaked personal message on the mirror for Jonathan. And that was another thing too. Like, when the coach is like, "Go home, son," like, go home. It's like, yes. Oh man. Oh, like that was not a good way to fight. And then they just let him in. They just let him in the crime scene, which that one was
weird.
Yeah.
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 It's like all the cops know his dad is the lieutenant. Yeah. So like, why the you letting him in? Like, you'd want to, maybe hold him, but just say, hey, just wait for your dad to get here. Let him explain things to you before you let him go burst into here.
You're right.
That's not a great plan. It's like, I just, and his dad's reaction. Well, Chevy Bel Air. Okay, thank you. I called it a Chevy. It was a Bel Air. The fin
mint green,
giving it away. I used to see a lot of those. I used to go to car shows all the time.
Those are beautiful.
Oh, they are. Those are. Oh, I love those. Those when cars were cars, though. And that's a nice thing about horror movies is look at some of the really kick-ass cars that have been featured in horror movies.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Those Delta 88 Royales. Janet, what was that? Janet Leigh's car from Psycho that she had in H2O.
Yeah, wasn't it just like a Ford?
Yes. Oh man, I used to know that car. I forgot now.
Wasn't a Galaxy, was it? Or not a Fairlane? Not a Galaxy.
I think it was just a Ford. Like it's just a 57 Ford or something like that.
Okay, I can't remember what, but there's so many the cars in these movies. Christine. I always get those two mixed up. Yeah. Christine. Was it a T-Bird? It might be.
I honestly cannot remember now.
I can't. But no, I just love because the cars, like it wasn't so much in this one. I mean, it's nice because the car is featured in a few scenes and it's integral to them getting to where they're going. Yeah, the car, Night of the Creeps. Oh, dude.
Yes. Night of the Creeps.
I love that movie. It's got Tom Atkins and his glorious mustache. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're big fans of Tom Atkins and Night of the Creeps.
I love Halloween 3 unapologetically.
Just real quick, funny story. Andrew Reviews there is the one that watched Halloween 3 and kind of changed my opinion on it.
Good job.
Growing up, I was the same as everybody else, and I'm like, I didn't have Michael Myers, and I gave it a chance. I tried to. I hated it, and I let him borrow all the movies for a podcast we did, and he ended up really liking 3. And then kind of sold me on. I went back and tried it again, and now we're here, and I love it now. It's like it's like in the top 5 Halloween movies.
Yeah,
it's great.
It is. It's a freaking awesome movie.
Yes.
You just look at it like a standalone, and it's like this is a great, just dark, macabre story.
Well, there's nothing else on the planet like it. There's not one other movie like it. You can't draw comparisons really to anything. It's a pod movie, as what Tommy Lee Wallace would say, but you can't draw any comparisons to any of it. Like, it's just so.
It's true.
Unique. Yeah. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just so unexplainable. It's just crazy.
Yeah, there isn't. There's nothing else out there. You're right. There isn't. There's no stories that you can even be like.
And like once you fall in love with it, once you fall in love with the movie, you're like, I gotta find something else like this I can watch it because you want that same experience and you can't find it.
Yep.
You just can't find it.
So we got all right. We'll go back to Shocker because I could talk about the Halloween movies too. So Jonathan, he goes to sleep to find Pinker. Now he's gonna use his dream. He goes to sleep to find Pinker. Remember, now they're in the car where we were talking about the car. They're in the car on the track at the college here, which I don't know why they were on the track. Why wouldn't just be in the parking lot? But okay. So he goes to sleep and he has Rhino wake him up once he locates Horace, and then they track him down and they're intercepted by his dad and the Keystone Cops. And that scene's funny because he's like, hold him here. And Rhino knocks him over. He goes flipping over the hood of the car and they run away. It's like the cops in these movies are as predictably bad as people not wiping their ass when they get up from taking a shit in horror movies.
Dude, I'm telling you. That's my biggest bugaboo, man. All these people taking shits in horror movies and not wiping.
And I listened. I was like, I wonder if I mentioned that in the review I did like 3-4 years ago. So I went back and I'm listening to it and I got to the demon scene, and sure as shit, I mentioned, I'm like, why does nobody wipe their ass in these movies?
Yeah. Dude, the Harold in part 3. Like they're all just running around with their poopy pants, man. I don't get it.
Like, you people are dirty.
You nasty.
This is oh, that's nasty. That's why you're
baby.
baby.
Ooh, baby.
I was like, I was joking around with my wife. I'm like, you gonna say her? She goes, no, don't even ask. No. I'm like, you wouldn't do that for me? No.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. That's true love. That's what I said.
Right?
True love. True love. Serenade each other while you're pooping.
They're right. It's it's there's a Family Guy cutaway for that.
Gotta be.
After the Jonathan, he fights. He has a pretty good brawl with Pinker over the. I want to know how Horace with a bad knee made that jump from roof to roof. Like that, he's got some strong push-off strength with that bad knee. But he makes the jump too, and Parker, he remarks as he's being taken away, or Pinker remarks while he's being taken away, "You're a killer too. It's in your blood. Me and you were killers." And that you'd think it's like, is he? Wait, what is it? Because Jonathan was going to kill him there, and that comes into play during the execution scene, which we're at now, and Pinker. Okay, so the jail cell scene, where he finalizes his pact with the devil.
The devil, yeah.
That scene was badass. I always loved that. I thought that was. I'm like, first of all, how the fuck did they let him have jumper cables? How did he get jumper cables in his jail cell?
No, I don't know. It was pre 9/11, so maybe things were just looser in prisons too. Maybe that's what it was. So maybe everything was just so much more lax, even in prisons.
This guy wants a 90-pound TV and jumper cables. Man, what the hell? He's on death row anyway. What's the worst thing that could happen?
Shit, man, it's nothing.
So yeah, they give him jumper cables and the two fucking guards and the priest. Oh, Maron. He bites Homeboy's lip.
Dude,
that scene is gnarly. That's fucked me up since I was a kid.
Yes.
Oh my God. His poor lip is like hanging down. Then the other guy bites his fingers off, and they just they're putting the fucking boots to him.
It's a pretty gnarly movie, really, as far as blood and stuff. It was cool. But I mean, how about that scene right before though, while those waves of shit and electricity coming through the TV? Like, I'm like, man, and just looking at that and how cheesy that is now, like, man, this is something you would see in a later Nightmare movie. Like, this is some weird shit.
Yeah, that's the
it's like
vibe
this has got
got.
Wes Craven. Yeah, this is Wes Craven Nightmare on Elm Street 3 or 4 or 5 or something all over.
Yeah,
I don't know, just something weird.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
5 maybe, Nightmare on Elm Street 5 in that realm.
Yeah, I'd say 5. That just weird shit, it just felt so. It felt so MTV though, which not that I hate that. It's just so cheesy.
It is.
Which 5 would have been. Was 5 in Nightmare on Elm Street?
Was that the Dream Child? Was that the Dream
Child?
Is 3
3
Dream
is
Warriors.
Yeah.
5 is Dream Child. I believe.
4 is Dream Master. Is that
Yes.
Dream Master part?
And then Freddy's Dead is 6.
Yeah.
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 Dream Child's rough. Dream Child's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, I don't hate Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't.
No, I don't either.
That being said,
How could you?
Dream Warriors is my favorite of the entire series.
Mhm.
And the first one is, I like the first one. The second one is the gayest horror movie ever made, but it's not terrible. It really breaks the lore in a lot of places during
It stands out. It stands out. It's a weird.
There's
nothing
a lot
to do with anything. It's just so weird and out of place. It's gay. It's gay for sure.
It's very gay.
It's very gay. It's big gay. It's bigly gay. Yeah, it's big gay.
That one warrants this. This is us interviewing Nightmare on Elm Street too.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
That's
the best. That's one of the best clips on the internet has ever given us. I'm telling you, it's the funniest shit. It's one of my favorite things.
These are a few
Why are you
of
gay?
my favorite things. So we have let's see. So he's wrecked the guards. Then he tells Jonathan that he's his Jonathan, I'm your father. You know, while he's strapped in the chair, and that he killed his mom, and he would have killed Jonathan if he hadn't shot him first. But you were such a big man with that big gun blasting away at your daddy. I love Mitch Pileggi's delivery. I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
It's so fucking it's great, dude. He plays a great psycho. Like he really does.
Oh, he does. He does. It's hard to get behind his name Horace. Like that's just
right.
I don't know. I mean, Horace Pinker does sound like a real life serial killer's name.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like for a horror movie villain, it's like this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
But there's not a lot of options for a guy named Horace Pinker other than becoming a serial killer.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. Career day was very slim pickings.
Yeah.
But I have to be a fucking killer.
Hi, I'm Horace Pinker, CPA. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Move aside, sir.
Horace Pinker, licensed therapist. No.
Yeah.
No.
Can you please get the fuck away from me?
Yeah, Horace Pinker, TV repairman who will come to your house through electric waves and murder you and your family in your sleep. There you go.
Like I'm thinking like at best Jim Carrey's Cable Guy. You know what I mean? That's pretty much Horace Pinker is straight up just like obsessive, weird Cable Guy at best, or killer at worst.
So what I need to do is I need to remake the Cable Guy, like re-edit the Cable Guy movie with Horace Pinker in it.
Yeah, for sure.
And the Jim Carrey part, that would be like some AI. That would be fucking redo Cable Guy, but Horace Pinker.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Oh my God, it's a different movie.
Cable Guy.
I just wanted to hang out. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
Did you see the scene in Medieval Times?
No, I couldn't. But it would be amazing.
If we don't battle to the death, they will kill us both.
Hey, Steven, want to hang out? Would he have the lisp though?
Yeah, he's got to have the lisp. There's got to be a scene where he punches him. My lisp is gone. Punch him in. You stupid son of a bitch.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie again now.
I know. I own that one on DVD. I love that movie. It's such a good dark comedy. All right, so Pinker, of course, he survives the electrocution, and the electrocutioner, he gets fried. He possesses the female doctor, and Horace. The scene where they're looking for him, they can't find him, and they open the door, and he just falls down, and just the firecracker effect was as good as when the Young Bucks had the firecracker in their shoe and they super kicked Dax Harwood. That was how cheesy that effect was.
Dude, I was so pissed at that on that match. I know. Like, what are we doing?
The exploding super kick. But yeah, this was funny. He just like, hey, light off some fireworks, and we'll make like his body just evaporates. Like in '87, you did Hellraiser, and you did that reverse melting with Frank, and you couldn't have come up with something better than this. Like,
right, 2 years later, yeah,
right, like at least something equal. But so the doctor's being taken out by the two cops, deputy or off deputy. I want to call him Deputy Rick now. Officer Pastore in this, and John. Yeah, that's Jonathan. Closes the door. Pinker falls out. So she wakes up in the back of the car, and I love it. What did she say? I just want to get. Oh, what's wrong, sport? I just want a little head. After she snapped the cop's neck.
Yeah.
That was fucking great.
Well, okay, so Ted Raimi is in this movie, and Evil Dead had that when one of the Deadites, I can't remember which one it was, her head lands in one of the in someone's lap. Man,
was that it wasn't Ash's girl, right?
It might have been. It might have been. Yeah, like I can't remember, but it
was the first girl.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, because I think this happened. Oh man, now I can't remember if it was the original or if it was
the second one.
Yeah, I can't remember now. But yeah, so seeing that Ted Raimi was in this movie, it makes sense that they had that kind of a reference.
Okay. See, I wouldn't have remembered that. I haven't seen Evil Dead in so long.
Well, that's my favorite franchise. So
yeah, I know. I haven't seen that one in forever. I didn't like the remake. I didn't like it. I didn't.
You mean which one? The 2013?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I
didn't like that one.
No,
it's much better when the campy comedy's there.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know the original's wasn't supposed to be, but
yeah,
which I do like the original. But 2 is basically a remake of the original.
Yeah, let's say that one remakes the original. I thought. So we're in the cop car. She grabs Pastore and licks his face, and they crash into that tanker truck. And back at the prison, Jonathan sees the explosion, and I would like the whole football team was there at the prison. If you noticed that, like Coach and Pac-Man, they were all there outside the prison. I'm like, this is a very tight-knit college football team.
For sure.
Like, hey, my real dad is getting executed. Y'all want to come watch?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, man, we're there for you, bud.
All right, cool. I just want to make sure we had solidarity. Coach, you there too? All right.
Yeah, that's a fucking team. Man, nobody from my work would show up to my funeral, so that's pretty. Well, Andrew would, I'm sure, but everybody else would just be like, "Oh, that's sad, man. Where do we send flowers?" We might send you flowers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
All right. Let's see. So we have the bathroom dream sequence with Allison now. Allison appears bloody, telling Jonathan that Pinker's still alive, and gives him the necklace and says that this is how you're going to stop Horace. And he wakes up and he's obviously freaked out. And when he went to sleep and the TV was I think the TV was on in the rain. Wasn't the TV on in the beginning of that scene? I didn't write it down, but
yes,
he's not able to fully get ready because he hears a knock at the door. And who is it at the door but Officer Pastore, who was in the hospital clinging to life after the car accident, because all Pinker has to do now to transfer his essence, I guess it would be, into another body is touch somebody, and that gives them the little jolt of electricity.
Yeah.
And so he's now an Officer Pastore because the doctor passed on to him, passed to Pastore. Jesus Christ, that was bad. That was bad. That was fucking bad. There was 3 edibles ago that joke wouldn't have came out. It wouldn't have slipped past the gates. But at this point, it's just like, hey, we'll just throw shit at the wall and see what fucking sticks.
Mm-hmm.
You're better than that. Come on.
No, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just got to throw shit out there, and because when it lands, it's worth it.
It was the delivery. It was the delivery, and it was just not a good joke to begin with.
I liked it. It was dry. I liked
it's a work. That's basically the sum total of it. It's just like it's dry humor half the time.
Yeah,
we'll see if
I
it
like
works.
it. What you do is you just say it, and then you keep moving and don't address it, and then people will either laugh or they won't. And
I chose to double back. I circled the wagons.
You second guessed yourself, so
I did.
And then third, and then fourth.
Yeah, and this is me in my head right now, as I won't shut up about it.
Why are you the way that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
This is why YouTube punishes me. I deserve it. This is the Jewish Catholic guilt. So
well, yeah, that's gonna do it.
Yeah, and as long as I'm not, Pastore, and he's all beat to shit. Like Jonathan looks through the peephole, and his dad calls and tells him Pastore disappeared from the hospital, and then Jonathan's like, "Oh shit!" and Pastore shoots through the fucking peephole. I wish they would have let him improv, and he would have said like just you bang before he shot or something like
you bang,
you bang, just in shot. That would have been fucking you bang, Jonathan, like before he shoots. That would have been fucking great.
That would have been.
But then we go. He chases him through the house, and I want to know like, I think they show him reloading once. I'm like, he shoots, and I didn't count, but he shoots way more than 6 rounds out of that revolver. I'm like, I've got a couple of revolvers. I'm like, I know.
The Halloween 2 Dr. Loomis revolvers. We got to get some more shots out of it.
7 times. Wait, how many was
7
it?
times?
I shot him, Sheriff.
That was actually pretty good. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Good.
That's the only one I have. I can do like the one-offs, but
you should say the tribe, one of their number was butchered. This is awake. This is
one of their number was butchered. They're awake.
This is awake. Yeah, that's it. You got it.
This is awake, Sheriff.
Yeah.
I can workshop it.
Yeah. Just mess around with it a little bit. Play with it. It's good.
It's the pitch and tone. So Pastore, they're in the park now, and Pastore's gimping along. He's trying to kill Jonathan, and he shoots him in the arm. Now, this next one, I felt bad for this kid. He's like, because deputy, he's like, hey man, is he all right? And then the kid runs away, and he fucking shoots him in the back. And he's fucking just he's crawling on the ground. He's like, come here, kid. And he's like, no, please. I was like, the poor motherfucker was just out for a jog.
Poor kid.
But, and then, no, when the jogger's body runs out, it's even better because Pinker jumps into that little fucking girl that runs into Jonathan on the bike, and then she like stomps
the antics
on
with the little girl. The little girl antics is so wild. Like it's chasing her in the park and shit.
She gets on that tractor and she's like, "Now move!"
She fucking nails you.
Yeah. Her running away with the gimp leg is the best.
So I was like,
bitch with a gimp leg.
So I was like, even his spirit has a bad leg.
Oh shit!
Fucking little Susie's got an ACL tear.
Yeah. Hopping off that fucking tractor is what it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she yeah. Come on, motherfucker.
Aggravated an old injury.
Yep. There's an old war wound from the
tricycle. Old war wound, yeah. The old football injury. Fucking Al Bundy.
Let's see. Oh, he forces her out. Jonathan forces Pinker out with the necklace. Then she jumps to the mom, and then
like Lord Raiden style, like just straight up, just out into the mom. Yeah.
And then the construction worker comes up trying to white knight and jumps into him. And then he's like he looks almost like a Village People kind of guy. And he takes the pickaxe and throws the fucking necklace into the lake, just chucks that bitch into the lake.
Poor necklace.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at Andrew's comment. She had Kevin Nash's quads. Little girl has Kevin Nash quads.
Kevin Nash tore a quad from hearing that joke.
Yeah, Kevin Nash's quads.
That's it. I'm gonna do something about this. Ah!
Yeah. Ah!
I'll just type an angry. I'll type an angry.
Yeah, just give him a little finger poke of doom.
Finger poke of doom. Yeah. You don't have a police force, Sheriff.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. He's a big fan of Halloween 4.
Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite one.
Yeah,
that is. That's why you saw that. I wore the shirt, I think, when you were
last time. Yeah,
that's awesome. I just got it at the con. I was like, "Yep."
I'll have to send Andrew a link to that.
Oh, dude, we got all right. So we are in the gym now. We got Jonathan, Coach Cooper, Rhino, and Pac-Man. Now they're planning to get the necklace back, but Cooper and Pac-Man. Now it always okay. So they're going to the same place, right? They have to go get the necklace, but they need the scuba mask first. So Pac-Man and Coach Cooper go to Jonathan's house while Rhino goes and Jonathan are going to go to the lake and wait for him. The task can't be completed until you have the scuba mask. You know there's a killer out there that can jump from body to body. Why wouldn't you all go together?
I'm just trying to figure out why this is a plot point in a horror movie. Like, we're going to go to the lake. You go get a scuba mask. Like, we're dealing with scuba masks in a horror movie. I'm just trying to figure out, like in order to get one thing, we have to go get this thing. Which, I'm all for an adventure, but this is
dangerous to go alone. Take this, young man. Like it is. It's very video game-esque. It really is.
Super. It is a video game. One that's the best way to put this for sure.
Well, we know where the key to get into the dungeon 8 is in Legend of Zelda, but we have to go over here and get this to unlock the place where the key is first. Okay, so we have to go over to the lost forest here, and MacGuffin. Thank you, brave reviews. MacGuffin, anyone? That's. But the scuba mask, that's a weird one. It's weird.
It's a weird. You wouldn't have that on a normal horror movie bingo card. I'll just put it that way.
No,
get the scuba mask.
I don't think anybody had a scuba mask. So them splitting up, but when they're all leaving, when it's ready, break, and they leave, the motherfucking construction worker is doing the YMCA underneath the bleachers in the gym. He was just over there doing that.
Yeah.
And that he was and so he follows Cooper and Pac-Man. He goes, well, fuck, I'm not gonna stop the guys that are going to the lake. Fuck that. It's black. He goes, there's two groups. Each one of them has a black guy. I got a 50% chance of killing a black guy. So he goes, I'm going this way. So he's like, it's a horror movie. I don't think we've killed any black people yet in the horror movie. So he was like, I'm going this way. I got he's Scott, and you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But with me, the dressing goes down because I'm going to file this. And he picks off Ted Raimi.
So doing the Scott Steiner math, dude.
Yeah. But he's like, we haven't statistically, all the black people had survived up to this point. And Rhino he's 50% of the representation in this movie. And Rhino, he's survived. Rhino's going to survive, folks.
Yeah.
Rhino's going to survive. But
you got to take a key from the dude in Halloween 3. He got the fuck out of there.
Yep.
He knew.
Yeah, he knew. He's like, I gotta bounce. I'm
a black dude in a horror movie. I've got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
y'all handle this.
The
this
law
is white
averages,
people shit. Yeah,
the law of averages is going to kick in.
White people shit.
Absolutely. They white people run right into the goddamn trouble. Just like Cedric the Entertainer said, Kings of Comedy.
Was it Haunted House? The spoof with the Marlon Wayne spoof, where he said that shit too, where that like there's ghosts in the house or whatever, and he's like, let's go check it out. He's like, no, that's some white people shit. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
I think that might have been the movie.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Wait, Drew reviews. We need to write a horror movie. Big dude in a scuba mask and flipper shooting at people with a harpoon.
Fucking Scuba Steve turned bad, dude.
Damn you, Scuba Steve!
Yeah. Horror comedy.
So we go back to Jonathan's house, and because it's been they said we'll meet in what, like it was like 20 minutes, 20 or 25 minutes. We'll meet back at the lake. Okay, it's not going to take long. All we'd have to do is go get the fucking scuba mask. Okay, it's in the closet. Get the fucking scuba mask, Coop. You and Pac-Man can handle that. No, the YMCA fucking did the Village People all over them. I'm bringing that one back. And Jonathan discovers a blood-soaked message on the mirror again, and Cooper is possessed. And he tries, this is a great scene with him. He's like, I tried to beat him, Jonathan. I wasn't strong enough. And he breaks it for a second. He's like, I could eat this guy's willpower for breakfast, Jonathan. Like, it was fucking great.
Jonathan, yes.
He did, like, the actor, well, I can't remember his name. I wrote it down, but he was the guy playing. He did a good job with this. It was kind of cheesy, but it was fun.
Right,
and it works.
Yeah.
It works. Because he just shoves that knife right into his chest after they kind of roll around a little bit. Yeah, Jonathan finds Pac-Man. He goes, what did he say? He's like, he loved you too much, Jonathan. He wouldn't let me in. I'm like, what?
Weird
like,
shit. Phrasing.
What exactly happened here, Horace? Like,
yeah, you need the Arthur Archer, I mean, clip there. Phrasing.
He spurned your advances, Horace? Is that why you killed Pac-Man? He wasn't a giving bottom.
Yeah, 100%.
Jesus.
This isn't Nightmare 2.
I was gonna say this is I didn't think this was a Clive Barker move, but anyway.
The name of this is Scuba Dive: The Revenge. That sounds like old sci-fi, like a sci-fi original movie.
Scuba Dive: The Revenge.
Scuba Dive: The Revenge.
You could use Holy Diver as a title track.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, dude.
That would be fucking awesome.
It'd work, I'm telling you.
Oh, 100%.
Book it.
Dio. Yeah, book it.
Book it.
Yeah. That ain't gonna work for me, brother.
Yeah. The royalties are too much, brother. So Cooper kills himself. Pac-Man falls out of the closet dead, and then Allison's ghost appears, and she uses her Care Bear stare. Pinker made Cooper kill himself. They ejected himself from the body, and then Allison uses her Care Bear stare to help Jonathan, and she knocks Pinker down, and Pinker turns into Horace 2 Electric Boogaloo when Dad and the other cops show up, and he goes into the electrical socket, and Jonathan notices because his dad turns the lamp on, and he gets shocked, and the other cops are there, and he gets arrested, or momentarily anyway, because Rhino, our buddy Rhino, breaks him out of the cop car, and they get the chase scene highlighted, and this is the Megadeth part right here.
Yeah.
I wrote this down. One of my favorite lines in this chase scene is Jonathan, "You gotta fight him, Dad." And Pinker turns around, "Eat shit and die, you little fuck." Like that. I fucking love that. Especially because it's a different actor and everyone has to be like Horace Pinker. Yeah. So seeing all these different actors channel that
channel, yes.
Yeah, Pileggi. it was fun. The little girl was probably the best though.
100%.
Yeah.
Because 100%. For comedic purposes alone,
it's kind of like whispers, he's whispering because the mom's coming up.
Mm-hmm. So we go to where Pinker is chasing Jonathan, and again shooting at him with way more bullets than I'm pretty sure that gun had in its magazine. Up to the roof of the television station. And they climb the tower leading up to that big satellite dish. And Pinker leaves his dad's body and throws himself through the satellite signal. And then Jonathan, of course, saves his dad from falling because his dad faked that heart attack. And he's like, "You don't have a heart condition." He goes, "You know that," but he didn't know that, and got Pinker to jet. So we get the more exposition from John Tesh on the TV, highlighting the events of the evening. And we see that Pinker is on the loose at this point.
Yes, growing wild. It's wilding out.
What you gonna do when Horace Pinker runs wild on you, brother?
Not a damn thing, brother. You're gonna drop the leg. all the millions of Hulkamaniacs, Horace maniacs,
Horace Mania.
That
works.
Horace
Pinker
maniacs.
Maniacs.
Horace Hogan.
I was gonna say that works on 2 levels because of Horace Hogan.
Yeah.
Pinker Mania. Pinker Mania's running wild, brother.
Pinker Mania. Running through everybody's TV and shit.
They should have done a wrestling.
That fucking scene with him in I Love Lucy.
No, I'm glad they didn't do a wrestling thing.
Oh man, that would actually been perfect if they would have done
it would have worked. Trina would have hated it, but it would have worked.
Yeah, you may have hated it, but it would have been awesome.
It would have been really cool.
Have fucking Zeus in there.
Yeah, we can't afford Hogan. Hulk.
No, we can't do this twice.
We're gonna have the serial killer body slam you, Hulk. That ain't gonna work for me, brother. I ain't putting him over.
Piper would have done it.
Piper would have done the job.
Piper would have done it. Yeah, he would have done the job. Because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, they had some kind of movie deal. They gave Craven this movie. He wanted to do whatever, and they gave him leeway. And because they did another 2 movies, and that was when they gave him to Carpenter, and he did They Live and Prince of Darkness, which is why you have Alice Cooper making an appearance in both of these, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And I can't remember the exact ins and outs of that, but there's something to that. Like there's some kind of background there where I think they gave Craven this movie, and then they did something else with Carpenter.
All right. So remember, Jonathan goes to his family's old house. As the TV news crew, he says he's going to deliver Horace Pinker at, was it midnight? He's going to deliver Pinker, and he's got a plan. He knows how to do this. So he has Rhino and the football team again. Hey guys, we got to go commit multiple felonies on two. Ready, break.
We're a team,
and they're going to ride or die. And they go
right.
And Rhino has like a very Blade look about him because he had the long duster on. I think Rhino did. Yeah. I was like, he's very Blade. This is like Blade before Blade.
Yeah.
So they're gonna knock out the city's satellite system. The city's satellite system. They're gonna knock that out, Mr. Herbert. So they're gonna do that, and they're
I wish I could do
that. they go to do that, and so Jonathan's gonna deliver Pinker, but he leaves. He's got to go to the lake and get the necklace. So he swims into the lake trying to find the necklace to use against Pinker, and then Allison appears to him, and we cut back to the bedroom, and it shows the TV turns on, and you get this nature show. You're watching the bird, and all of a sudden you hear the narrator just getting the shit kicked out of him, and Jonathan's in bed. And
like a live nature show.
Yeah. Pinker climbs out of the fucking TV, and while he's in dreamland making out with Allison, and then all Pinker's victims appear to him. Coach is there. It's time to wake up, Jonathan. Don't let him get you too, son. Don't let him get you too, son. It's time to go home.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. That crazy campy, like late 80s shit. Like I don't even know. I mean, this is a straight up MTV music video. Like this movie.
Yeah. Like all
bloody MTV music video.
It really works that way too. We'll see you Thursday night. Grave Reviews. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you for
have a good night.
The Dawn of the Dead review. Yes, reviews. A wrestling slasher. Trina would be all over watching that. She would be there opening night.
I'm all for
ready for that one. Wouldn't you?
I think I'd be all set with that.
What if I was in it playing the slasher, Trina? Would that be enough?
That would be different.
Okay.
Right. Gotta stay away from Puerto Rico, man.
I'm not going Bruiser Brody.
That's what I'm saying.
As long as it's not a Carlos Colon show, I'm good.
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't know. Yeah, you're good.
I didn't see nothing. So
Hogan saw everything.
I didn't see nothing, brother. That ain't gonna work for me. I ain't putting it over. I ain't putting it over. I was there when he got stabbed, brother. I tried to stop him. I was like,
I looked right
don't do
there.
it, brother.
I said, don't do it, man. This is bad news.
This is bad news, brother. He ain't even got a tan. He ain't taking it serious.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Poor Sting.
I know. Why? Why would you do that to Sting?
Dude,
like
they
he spent
fucked
a
that up.
year getting into character for this. Anyway, Trina's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, please
She's
shut
seething.
the fuck up.
She is seething right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I
That's
am
why
not.
this is why she never shows her face. She's like, these fucking guys.
I'm gonna get an angry
see my
DM
face.
later.
No, he's making that shit up. No,
I'm making that up. I'm making it up. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was a Twitch. That was a Twitch, I promise. So Jonathan wakes up and he's sleeping in the chair. And this is a great fucking scene because Pinker possesses the fucking chair and grabs Jonathan.
Yeah. What?
Like,
He goes full
chair
blown
had
Freddy.
eyes.
He's Freddy, dude. He's full blown Freddy here.
Wes Craven was like,
Wake up,
Can
bitch.
I copy my own homework?
Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%.
It was a fucking hilarious scene.
Time to wake up, bitch.
And let's see. So he pops out of the chair and then out of the light fixture and then attacks as an electric bolt that's just flying around the room, which was fun.
Yes.
That was fun. And they fight, and Jonathan uses the necklace to fight off Pinker, and then they dive into the TV, and then we get that hard metal-backed slugfest as they're going through all the different shows.
Yes.
That was...
I Love Lucy.
Leave It to Beaver.
Leave It to Beaver. That, dude, wild. I love it.
When he shows up as like the fallout from the nuclear blast, that was fucking great. It's just Pinker is the fallout. That's gonna be that's a new if Fallout. I don't know, is Fallout like considered bad now? Like I've never played Fallout. Is it one of those franchises just kind of like shit the bed? Because I was gonna say you have like Fallout Horace Pinker edition.
Fallout's
Is
been
it still
pretty
good?
solid. All the way. Yeah, pretty solid. I think 76 came out and was really fucked, but they fixed it.
All right.
Which I didn't play it. I played like 3 and 4 when they were good, but
so we could get the Fallout Horace Pinker edition.
I've heard the show is amazing, by the way, too.
I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about the game or anything.
I don't think you really have to, but yeah, I've heard it's good. I'm going to check it out eventually. I haven't played all of them, but
I've never played it. That was like Five Nights at Freddy's. I went into that movie having no knowledge.
Yeah, I knew about it, but I didn't know the story because I didn't play them. I just knew about it, but which I enjoyed the movie for the most part. I had issues with it, but it was Willy's Wonderland. I think was better. They did way better. Did you watch that?
I haven't seen that.
Nicolas Cage is it precedes it. It's
okay.
You have to watch it. You have to watch it. It's so good.
I liked Five Nights better than Willy's.
Did you?
Yeah.
There's something about Five Nights. I think Five Nights was too slow starting out, and it was okay. But yeah, Willy's is wild. It's goofy wild. But you'll love it. I promise you'll love it.
All right, that'll be one worth check out then.
For sure. We'll talk about it after you do. It's good.
All right, I'll watch it. Okay, so they're fighting through all the shows. They show up in John Tesh's studio, the cult headquarters of John Tesh and all his file. No, but he's doing the news broadcast. And they brawl across the studio there, and then they end up in Jonathan's house with the reporter and the cameraman. And Pinker chases them away, but Jonathan gets the remote control. And this, folks. This is where the movie, and it's weird saying that in the denouement of the film, this is where it finally jumps the shark when there's so much other stuff that they did throughout that was equally ridiculous, but still enjoyable. And this Jonathan is like, remember Bobby? And he's slamming him into the wall. Right there is where he did it. And he's like, like
Harry cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hits the freeze frame on the old clicker, the old remote, and
Yep.
then manipulating him.
Yeah.
He was
and
making
then-
him jump on the bed.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, he was
Horace,
making him jump on the bed.
he freezes him in the air, and Horace is like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that saves the entire situation, the fact that Horace was completely aware of what was going on the whole time, had commentary the whole time, and couldn't do anything about it. That's the funniest part about it. Because otherwise, I mean, it was super, super goofy.
Yeah, it was.
So he's slamming them all over the room. But we have our other crew, Rhino and the gang. They take out the main power box, which you think it's going to be this intricate. And Rhino does he just take the pickaxe to it, to the main power station, and that knocks everything down right there.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that frees Horace from the pause button. Nobody tagged him and unfroze him, yet he was unfrozen. So he's unfrozen, and he gets loose, and Jonathan uses the necklace around the TV camera to escape as everything blows up because of the power station explosion. Pinker is trapped, and Jonathan goes out and looks at the stars and talks to Allison as he's standing out there and everybody's looking at the sky, and that's when our credits roll. That was
stars are so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a goofy ending. Like the ending was very
goofy.
Yeah.
It was a strong movie up until the very end. I mean, and I say strong to be nice, but I mean it was wild the whole way through, but and kind of goofy, but it still had a lot of promise, like the whole way through. And then that ending was just like, what? I don't know.
I think this movie, for all the missteps, I enjoyed it. I don't want people to think I'm shitting. I enjoyed it.
No, it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable movie. You should definitely watch it. You should definitely watch it.
It's not something you're gonna watch and regret it afterwards.
No, not at all.
It's not Velocipaster. I'll never let that go. That and Black Christmas 2019. I'll never let those two.
Dude, how can you remake a movie twice? I don't get it.
Right? Like, no.
Like within this kind of time frame, I expect it 40 years from now, not within years.
Hey, we did this 13 years ago. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
The kids don't have memory spans. They just don't. No. They're all caught up with their Moby Grape and their Stretch Armstrongs. Just let it go. It'll be fine. But no, the
Evil Knievel dolls.
Evil Knievel. I'm gonna make him jump my General Lee.
Dude, okay, those are wicked cool.
The Evil
Knievel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They are. Those are fucking cool. I've seen them and I'm like, should I buy one of those now? And
yes,
like, should I? I've been thinking about it, and I was like, that's a gift for Peter. That's something just for me.
A gift for Peter.
That's a gift for Peter. Quickly to the Hinden, Peter. Peter, how do you keep affording these things? Drew,
that's a good question. That's a good question, Joe.
Yeah. Joe, I have no idea. It's weird, like the People Under the Stairs, but fun. I did a review of the People Under the Stairs that nobody watched, and I enjoyed that movie. It's very fun. And what motivated me to do a review of that out of the blue was the fact that I saw that Jordan Peele's going to remake it, and I'm like, please don't.
And you just made me kind of throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Right? I was like, please don't. And I liked a few of Jordan Peele's movies, so I'm not just shitting on Jordan Peele. I did. I liked a few.
I like Jordan Peele. I like Jordan Peele. Period. I mean, I love the show with Keegan-Michael Key.
Key and Peele. Yeah, the show was funny.
Like I love, but I just, dude, I don't know. Like, stop.
Yeah.
But I'd be that way if anybody wanted to. Stop remaking shit.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't need a remake of People Under the Stairs with modern politics in it. It was done when it was done. Exactly. Then it was done well. There was obvious social themes in it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Gentrification, all that. There was classism in there. You had racial
Sure.
components to it, but it was done well.
Right.
I mean, it didn't ever take you out of the movie.
No, I feel like it would this time around because
Mhm.
everything's so politicized. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
It would be
things are too woke.
It would
They
be
gotta
polarizing.
bash you over the head with it.
Yeah.
It would be very polarizing, and I think they would ruin the essence of what made the original movie fun.
Yeah.
And that's the characters. And to get back to this one, the characters in this, I think, really drive the movie past the plot contrivances and the MacGuffin, as it were. Because Peter Berg plays the shit out of Jonathan Parker in this. Mitch Pileggi chews the scenery and steals every fucking scene he's in, no matter what he's doing. The dad, hang on, let me go back here. I gotta find the names. Michael Murphy, the actor that played Don Parker, Jonathan's dad. He's, like I said, he was excellent in his scenes because he's essentially had to play two characters.
Yeah.
You know? And like I said, the same thing with even the little girl and the one, Coach Cooper, Sam Scarber, they all had to, play two characters. So it really, the character acting in this was the fun part for me, especially Vincent Gustafaro. I love him.
Yes.
I do. That guy's he's just a great character actor. And it's like he's typecast as this cop in these horror movies, and it's like I don't know. He's good. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. I guess it really is, because you put all these the actors, you have a couple names in there, like Mitch Pileggi. I mean, I don't consider him a name back then. I mean, Peter Berg had more success, not huge, but he did, I just think everything worked together nicely in this. And
I think so.
Wes wrote and directed this. I never looked up. I want to look up the budget for this.
I'm not seeing it on the wiki, but I see the box office, but maybe on IMDb or something will have it. I was trying to find out what Michael Murphy's been in. I know he was the mayor in Batman Returns. I know that one. I've seen that movie.
He was. Oh my
times.
God.
He was the mayor in Batman Returns, and he's been in a lot of TV stuff. Nashville MASH. Yeah. He was in Private Parts, which I don't remember a lot of Private Parts.
I don't remember much of that one.
I don't remember him in Sixth Sense, but he was in Sixth Sense apparently.
Okay, Shocker's budget was $10 million.
10 million. Okay. Ooh, God. Made 16.
Oof.
Yeah.
This one gained its audience years after its release, though. This is one of those movies that it is. Sure. This is a cult classic now, I would say.
I could buy that.
It's hit that status. Trina, what was your favorite? What would you, if you had to pick your favorite part of them, what would you say it was?
Favorite part. I think maybe when he's when they jump through the TV. I think that might be my favorite.
Like going through all the shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And think about the technology they had to do that back then. And how they had to do that. I like that one. That's a good one. They I don't know. I'm trying to I like the I like the park scene. The park scene for me is probably my favorite, just because you get Gustafaro, you get him jumping into the little girl, the jogger, the mom, the construction worker, all in one scene.
Yeah. And the little girl's limping.
Yep. You get the little girl limp and her on the fucking front end loader.
I'd have to say that's probably my favorite part of the movie is the park scene, but I do like the TV jumping just to see that shit. And I Love Lucy was so goofy. This is things go off the rails even more.
Yep. And the jail cell too, the prison scene where he's going to the electric chair, that with the guards and stuff. That's another one. Not my favorite, but it's an impactful scene, from the bad effects and the devil coming out of the TV and all the waves to him biting the guard's lip. That shit was just, it's funny. Like I do love, this is another one where you get a lot of humor injected into it in a very fucking violent movie. Like when he kills those cops in the beginning, the 4 of them, that's a bloodbath. Like,
oh, for sure.
He's got like throat slashes. He stabs the one, like you see her just get stabbed right in the stomach outside the warehouse. I'm like, how unobservant were these guys? Like I said, that's what I call them. They're the Keystone Cops.
These cops, they're stupid in these movies for sure.
Like they're just standing around, hands on their hips. Hey, I'm gonna go see the fucking show this weekend.
Yeah.
And he's wearing the fucking one dude's uniform, which happened to fit perfectly.
Yeah, he got him out, and I'd say the park scene for me for sure. Just thinking about everything. Yeah, it was probably the funniest, just because it was the funniest to me.
Yep. Yeah. I'll never forget that. I'd like to see. You remember the Tales? Was it not Tales from the Crypt? It was fuck. Was it not Tales from the Crypt? What is it? The Creep Show 2. Thanks for the ride, lady. Except it's Horace Pinker.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
That have a little more intensity.
For sure.
He thanks for the ride, bitch. I don't know. That's too much Freddy Krueger, I think. But,
dude, I mean, this is basically Freddy Krueger. I mean, this is electric Freddy.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Yeah,
Well,
Wes didn't really go far off the wagon on this one.
No.
As goofy as it was, it wasn't that different.
I wanted to get this question from Drew. Do you guys like Mitch Pileggi more here or as Skinner in X-Files? I think I gotta go with X-Files.
Yeah.
I just feel like he has more depth in X-Files.
Yeah. We get more, we get seasons worth of Skinner, whereas we only got 90 minutes of a movie with Horace Pinker in it, and then it's not like he's on screen the entire. He does have a lot of screen. He does have a fair amount of screen time in the movie, but I really like X-Files. I do, but I'm gonna go with Shocker. I liked him better as Horace.
Just because he's so wild.
He's just unhinged and violent, and he just Mitch Pileggi just played it so well, and it's such.
He definitely made it his own.
Oh, he did, but still, there's that heavy, like you said, the Freddy influence is there, obviously, because Wes wrote it the way he did. He didn't write this character too far.
I don't think he did. No.
No,
you kind of go with what's good, what's successful for you.
Yeah,
and which he didn't direct, but 1 and 7.
I think
technically. So I mean, this is kind of his another nightmare for him. I think, and it's just in a weirder way.
Yeah,
just in a roundabout way.
Because he didn't come back, and I'm pretty sure he didn't direct any but the one in New Nightmare. So
no, I don't think so. Wait, did he?
I don't. Do you want me to look it up, or are you looking it up?
I got it right here. Yeah, no, he didn't. I think it was just this New Nightmare in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Well, he did show more range in X-Files, Drew. Absolutely. But like I said, you've got seasons worth of character development with him. Because I remember at first you fucking hated Skinner, because he was the foil.
Yeah.
But then it's like he's becomes an ally, and I don't get me wrong, I really liked his work on the show, but I like him as an unhinged fucking serial killer that's Freddy Krueger without the glove, basically, and bigger in stature and more threatening. Okay, what hypothetically here, Mitch Pileggi is Freddy Krueger.
I mean, it could work.
I mean, I don't know now, but
he's got the right. He probably had the right charisma for it. After seeing maybe after seeing Shocker, I could see him having the right acting chops for it. I think you could definitely see that. But I think just when you have that mental image of Robert Englund as Freddy, Pileggi looks too big, like he'd be too big. You know, he's got that weird structure. But other than that, I think acting wise, I think he could probably pull something like that off. Oh, he did help out on 3. Okay, yeah. So he co-wrote and produced the third Nightmare, Dream Warriors. So he did help out on it.
That one's my favorite.
Like,
dude, I love
comparing him to Freddy, you can kind of see it, like when they fry him in the chair, he gets like that burnt face, and you could definitely tell that he was channeling Friday. I mean, not Friday. Nightmare on Elm Street, because I feel like Wes Craven was kind of like, hey, what if we did a nightmare type movie, but a little bit differently, make it a slasher,
Yeah, and this was I'm trying to think, who was this a Dimension film, or was this what was it?
It was Shocker was Alive Pictures,
Universal Pictures.
Universal.
Okay. I got you. A lot as production company Alive Films. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So is Alive who did? Sorry, I don't want to hijack your shit here.
No, you're fine.
I was trying to make that connection between that and They Live, and because from what I read on that.
No, go down. Feel free to.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's where that is where the connection comes in. Then Alive Films produced They Live, or John Carpenter. So and then so that was right. So they gave Shocker to Wes, and then probably got in touch with John about doing movies. And I think that's where They Live came in, and then Prince of Darkness.
Okay. We got a poll in the chat right now. I said, would Mitch Pileggi make a good Freddy Krueger? There you go. You can vote on that.
You all vote on that.
There, give you guys something. Yeah. It's I want to get into some of the I've got a bunch. I just got a bunch of movies from J-Man to review. I got The Burning, which I've never seen. I've never seen The Burning. No, never seen it. We just did some stuff on The Burning. You need to watch The Burning. Everybody's telling me I need to watch that one. I got what was it? I Madman, The Intruder. There's like 4 or 5 of them. And then I got he's sending me Rad, because we're gonna do a Patreon watch for that this weekend, record a commentary for that one. And there's a bunch. I'm trying to find the other movies he sent me here.
Did you watch The Prowler?
I think that might be one of them.
Prowler.
That sounds familiar.
Versus on that. Yeah, you should do The Prowler. The slashers of 81. It's like 81 slashers. So you can basically go through 81 and all the slashers in 81. Definitely. Because you got Friday. It was a good year. You had Friday Part 2. You had Halloween 2. Burning, Prowler, and then My Bloody Valentine. I
like the original My Bloody Valentine better than the new one.
For sure.
Yeah, because we watched those for your show, didn't we, Trina?
Yeah, you were there. Yeah. I think we compared the original and the remake.
Yeah, because I made the wife sit through them with me. I was like, "Hey, you're gonna watch it." She's like, "All right." The original one is way better. Like,
way better.
I didn't really care for the new one. I remember
watching. And like most of them, like most remakes, they suck, man. Like they just don't do it.
Yeah. Yep. They hit that. And Draven says, I don't mind the remake.
That's a Draven take.
Wait, hang on a second. We have to switch brands here. Hang on a second. Draven, we'll go over to Nitro here for a second. Draven, there you go. There you go, bud. There you go. He's sitting there right now behind his computer, just going, God damn it. That is his exact reaction to a T. Either that or he just made the Draven noise and went, huh. Which is him calling me a motherfucker. That's his. I know his reactions now. It's almost the same movie. They just switched the killer and modernizing it. Yeah, and it lost its charm in the process. It lost what
it just didn't have. It didn't have the right feel to me.
No, it was off. It was off. It was. Now, if you take the Black Christmas from 74 and the one from 06, that one it puts a different spin on it, and it's not terrible, but they CW'd it. It's got a very pretty cast, which, I don't ever mind seeing Katie Cassidy. But it was, like I said, they incorporated the brother-sister thing in that one. Yeah. In the 06 one. The original was obviously just Billy. And then in 2019, it just went off the fucking rails. And it's the patriarchy and white males are the villain. That was something. Sophia Takal. And they took the lead actress in that. I can't think of her name offhand. Imogen Poots. And then she's actually like a very like attractive woman, and they made her look all frumpy and shit in it.
Yeah,
they rose teacoed her is what they did. They rose teacoed
they
her.
did.
You're not supposed to do that to attractive females in horror movies. You're supposed to play to that.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Right. That's
another good remake was When a Stranger Calls. I thought that was a good remake.
Yep, that was a good remake.
I thought that was a good.
I never watched the remake.
They changed the ending up, I think, slightly, but it was good.
Thanksgiving reminds me of My Bloody Valentine. Thanksgiving was good. We reviewed that the first episode of the show here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was good. That was good.
Yeah, very good.
It does kind of remind me of My Bloody Valentine a little bit too.
I got Scream vibes from it.
Yeah, there's a little bit that.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, definite Scream.
I think just the revenge plot of it, though, for sure, is My Bloody Valentine all over for sure. Yep. But you're looking at the same thing for The Prowler and The Burning. When you watch those, that's a lot of it. So,
what up, Instant Regret? Hail, brother. Hail, man. Chris was on with us last night. I got a bottle of Chris's hot sauce right here. Next time I fire up the grill, this is going on my chicken. I'm trying some of this right here. That's Chris's cat on the bottle.
Nice.
Yeah. I wore the shirt. I was wearing his shirt last night, and I got some stickers.
Sweet.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I like it. I like it.
You can subscribe to this. I'll get a link here. We'll pop his link in the chat here. We got Brandon's link in the chat as well, folks. If you're not subscribed, go over and subscribe to Brandon's channel. He's got a fucking great channel. Does really kick-ass reviews, and I'm a fan. Like I said, I just happened across his channel one day and was like, oh wow. I'm like, this guy makes really good horror content. We're gonna invite him on the show.
I appreciate that.
And now look, he's back. He's back for a second time.
Back again. I'm a returning guest now.
Yeah. Now you're a journeyman.
I'm a habitual line stepper now.
He's a habitual line stepper.
Lord.
Has there been any news on the new Halloween show? I haven't seen any.
I haven't seen anything either. I think it's just all speculation at this point. I keep hearing things about them tying in with movies, but I haven't been keeping up. I'm not one of those, and I've thought about being one of those content creators, but I don't think I've got enough time or in me to do speculation stuff.
Right.
So you've got these guys who come out with these news channel, and that more power to them if they want to. It's not that I don't mind speculating, like if we're talking like this, but to put together 5, 6, 10-minute long videos and edit those in between my other channel and work and everything else, and then these reviews that already take me so much time. I can't even imagine trying to put together some 6 to 10-minute video on what this new show could be about or what the new movie could be about. And so I just don't want to go through all that just when things will change. So if, when things come out and it's real sources and it's real news, I might drop something on that. I might talk about that and my thoughts on that, but I'm not gonna put a video out for every time we get a rumor. I just can't do it. So that's not me.
And I don't mind, like, I'll do some horror news like that if it comes from one of the online trades. It'll be something that I do a video on it and talk about it or whatever. But I can't sit here and write out a script for a hypothesis video.
No,
I don't have that kind
and
of
I would
time.
have to do that myself just because I would have to think about, otherwise I'm going to do a lot of ums and ahs and try to figure out what the fuck I'm going to say. So and I just don't want to do it. I want it to be genuine. So I mean, if I would react to something, I can do that. If it's something that's really gravitating, it's something worth talking about, I might. But right now I don't have any desire to do speculation shit. More power to anybody who wants to, but
I don't. Yeah, no judgment, but I don't have the time for it.
No. I want something definite.
After we're done here, I'm going to be going back and finishing editing the Raw review from last night, which I have to make that funny because it was not a good show.
It's hard for me to, as much of a wrestling fan as I am, it's so hard for me to get through full shows anymore. And it's sad.
I just wait till the next day, watch them on Hulu, and
fast
it's only an hour and 30 minutes. They cut everything out of it. It's an hour and 30 because Raw is like 3 hours. So an hour and 30 minutes, I'm like, I can do that. So yeah. And Trina's like, again, they're talking about wrestling.
Every time.
All right.
It always goes back. It always goes back. I'm sorry.
It does. That's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault.
And what's bad is I'm going to go right there along with you. Like I'm going to be egging you on.
She's sitting back with her arms crossed, tapping her foot is what she's doing. Seething again. Seething. Let the hate flow through you, Trina.
You're going to get a wall of text in your DMs.
It's going to be like a bad leftist meme. There'd be so much text.
I mean, it's in my blood. That's the thing. I've loved it for so long that I can never escape it. And like Pete, he was a wrestler. So I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yep, it happens. Yeah. And they do. Their horror and wrestling go hand in hand. There's a lot of crossover. There's a big crossover in that audience, and it's like, man, you look at like Jason Voorhees and it's like, you see, I've got like a one of those, what is it, Savage Lands Jason Voorhees. Looks like a Motu figure. It's like, it could be like a wrestling action figure,
For sure.
It's fun, man. I do like the horror genre is, to me, it is like wrestling because I discovered it young and it's something that I've always gravitated towards. And it's outside of the, I don't know, the norms, I would say. It's more mainstream accepted now than it was, in the 70s and 80s and the 90s. I would say you got it really went, like I said, you had Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. That one was your MTV Halloween movie. So I mean,
then it went Scream.
God, yeah. Scream was, again, Wes Craven. With that, talk about being able to reinvent yourself without reinventing the wheel, because that's what Wes Craven did. Really, he just made it even more meta, but still like kept.
He moved into he moved into a spot where it really needed to go. At the time, and I definitely have to give him credit for that. For all the misses he's had that many more hits. Like, it's crazy that he would come out with something like Last House on the Left in the 70s, and it be so gritty and almost snuff film like. It's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come back and you hit us with Nightmare in 84, and just totally changed when slashers are kind of already oversaturated by 83 and 84. Yeah. They're oversaturated because of all the Friday copies, and then you have Freddy, and then you move into that rock and roll MTV era of shit. And slashers were already pretty much dying by the late 80s, but then here comes Scream, that new generation of those grungy, not give a fuck teens, and that leads us in, sorry to bring wrestling back into it, but you got the Attitude Era, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where things started to get cool in the late 90s area with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And pop culture was so good in the late 90s. It was so good. Music, movies, TV, everything was so good in the mid to late 90s.
We as a people peaked in the year 2000.
I 100% agree. I do think
peaked.
Everything changed after 9/11. Everything. Whether that was a purpose or not, that was 100% where things started to go downhill.
Culturally, we've been on the decline since.
Yep.
And that's reflective across everything. And I think that's why we gravitate and we run back to these older properties, these movies that exist in this time capsule. And it's the movies themselves, but it's also the environment in which they exist, the world in which they live, because you look at that world and it's like we lived in that kind of world, obviously not with the existence of these masked serial killers and dream killers and such, but that time period, and we know what it was like now with the benefit of hindsight, and those of us that are old enough to remember those times, it's like it really was a much better time. And I don't know, people will poo-poo that and say, well, we just didn't have all the information we have now. No, it was a much better time.
It was. You could arguably say that it was much better because we didn't have the information. You didn't know so much about your neighbor. I know way too much about the people I'm around.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to know that shit.
Yeah.
And now, and it's kind of crazy that I say that, but I've also become a part of the system where I want to know everything about everybody now, because you just can't trust people. You almost kind of can't help but like evolve into that, but you do remember that time. It's a really weird, it's kind of a weird way to be. Like, it's a really weird mindset, because you remember how things were and how things really should be, but you also can't really get out of the shit you're in now, because that's just the way the world is. That's weird.
It is. It's the age where you've experienced the before times when it was like, and then it's you get to where it is now. Yeah, Drew reviews, it is a strange dichotomy. It absolutely is.
Yeah, 100%.
I wanted to hit on Draven's point. He says the rumor from the new Scream is that 5 and 6 are just Gale writing a book and they didn't happen. I haven't watched a Scream since 3, so I don't.
That's interesting.
I don't know anything.
I mean, you're gonna have to find a way to wipe away the what's her name, Carpenter and Wednesday. What's her fucking name? God damn it.
Ortega.
Ortega. Jen Ortega. Yeah, you're gonna have to find a way to wipe that shit away.
If they do that, man, that is so ridiculous. Okay, Scream needs to end, seriously. I think the last good Scream was 4, and even that's kind of being a little generous. Because
I didn't like 4 that much. It was okay.
Yeah, like it wasn't when. After you see 5, you're like, okay, 4 wasn't as bad as 5. That's really the best that you can say about it. But 5, like, I feel like after I watched 5, I was like, okay, this franchise is definitely dead for me.
I mean, 5 was better than 4 for me personally, but I don't know. Maybe just because it had been a while since we had a Scream, and all around I thought it was just done better. But 4, the problem I had with 4 was the blood, like the guts was like there's a lot of CGI gore, and the way the film was shot was you're in that 2000 9, 10, 11, 12 era where everything was so dark and so weirdly shot. And I hated that. It had a gloom to it that I didn't like. It was dark. And then you had that CGI. So I just had this really big problem with 4. I didn't really even dislike the story or the killers as much, but everything else was weird, man. The problem I had with 5, and get into spoilers here, was the killers. The one of the killers in particular. I was so fucking mad about the girl killer in 5.
Oh, really?
Dude, she was like Amber, is that her name? She was tiny. She was supposedly the one that killed Dewey, I guess. I don't know. Like, I just have such a big issue with this tiny little thing being this killer and is supposed to like overpower even Dewey, who's old and out of shape. I don't like it. Just doesn't make any damn sense to me. I hate that shit. Like, I could believe Jill a little bit, but not really. Like, the small women killers bother me. You have to be, if you're sneakier, I understand, but if you're going toe to toe, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
doesn't make any fucking sense to me. For a franchise that's supposed to be more realistic than your Halloweens and your nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
and they did spoil it right off the bat. When you looking back, they 100% spoiled her as the killer.
Oh, that's fucking terrible. I hate that, dude. I was bitching about that the other day because it came up on my timeline. It was like 5 years ago. I went to see it was 5 years ago, Endgame. All right. And I got Iron Man's death spoiled. I logged onto Facebook early in the morning, and motherfucking this guy I had just added back was like, "Oh man, they kill Iron Man." I'm like, "Motherfucker!" Like, I was so pissed. Like,
I feel you.
I
was in a comment section, a Minnesota Vikings comment section on Facebook, and some asshole put the picture of the lightsaber going through Han Solo's chest. I was so fucking mad. I clicked out of there thinking like, oh, I didn't just see that, but then I'm like, I saw it. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Like, oh, I was so mad, dude. This is a minute. I was doing so good, and I should have known better. But it's like, this is a Minnesota Vikings comment section. Why is this here? This dude is a piece of shit. Like a piece of shit. He is doing this. I was so mad.
Yeah, I accidentally did a Walking Dead spoiler for the episode where Eugene sabotaged all the ammunition he made for the Saviors. And because I screen capped it on my phone, and I was like, "Don't try it, Rick. I have the high ground." Oh shit, no, I don't. When all the I got it right when all the guns were exploding, and then I posted it. Somebody's like, "Thanks, asshole. I hadn't seen the episode yet." I'm like, "Oh fuck, my bad."
Yeah, you became everything you swore to protect.
I did. I became the very thing I swore to destroy.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
You were my brother.
Why are you attacking?
This is outrageous. It's unfair.
Yeah, you were my brother, Anakin. I loved you.
I loved you. we were talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. We gotta take a step out here for a quick commercial break and messages from one of our.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Like to know about me.
Oh, the ordinary things. Mom! Things you like and things you don't like. Very well.
Hello, my little piggies. The man of your dreams is back.
Call 1-900-860-FRED to challenge Freddy Krueger in the ultimate trivia game. And if you win, we'll throw you the Halloween party of your life where you can be Freddy.
Haven't you always wanted to be me?
Dial into this all-new ghoulish game of hide-and-go-shriek with hundreds of hair-raising questions about all the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Our grand prize winner will be the death of the party when Freddy makeup man David Miller comes to your house Halloween night and hands over $5,000 in cash and turns you into the splitting image of everyone's favorite fiend.
Aren't you just dying to look like me?
Daily winners will receive a Freddy Krueger Nintendo game cartridge.
So, are you ready to be Freddy?
$2 the first minute, $1 each additional minute. Callers under 18 get your parents' permission before you dial.
I'll see you in a Nightmare on Elm Street 6.
AM.
Awesome.
I want that NES game. The shitty one.
Right? It's like the Friday the 13th game, which I have thanks to Tollman.
Yeah.
That game's the music in that game is terrifying.
It is. It actually is terrifying.
In the Friday the 13th fucking NES game, that music is terrifying. God, I've never played the Friday the 13th game, like the online like multi. I never got to play that, and I'm like,
oh yeah, I played
shutting
that. It's good.
down.
No,
I heard
the Texas. Fun.
Was it the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one? I heard that one was
it's good.
Was pretty good.
It's pretty good too. It might be better just all around because they've kind of upped their game since. It's been a few years. We should call that number.
I called the old WCW hotline when we were doing a live stream. We were watching, and the fucking the number was up. I was like, fuck it, I'll give him a call. So it's this. I was like, I was disconnected. We'll call him though.
It's to Eric Bischoff's Montana house now, or wherever the fuck North Dakota, wherever the fuck he lives now. 83 weeks hangs up on you.
Dude, I was gonna say, yeah. Did you hear him and Conrad got into it the other day? But I'm not going to talk about wrestling.
Right. Was it about the Starcade, or is that the different one? Okay,
no,
we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it off air. Or Trina will stab me. She'll go Horace Pinker, and she'll be in my square over here. You'll see her fucking, and it won't even be like her. It'll just be like her icon will like come to life. It'll be her icon.
Her eyes will come out of your green screen, looking at you. Yeah. Say wrestling one more time, bitch.
Yeah. What's it saying, Candyman?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was like, what backgrounds do I have back here? I'm like, I don't. Let me see. What backgrounds do I have?
What's Trina? What's your favorite Wes Craven movie?
Oh man.
Like the sun in Super Mario 3. Yes.
I don't think I have a favorite. It's hard for me to always like. It's hard for me to pick favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would probably go with the Scream movies.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I love the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I really do. And I'm one of those people that will defend Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I didn't realize how many people didn't like New Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like New Nightmare. It was kind of that first touch of meta before Scream, and just whatever, man. I love it. I love New Nightmare. I absolutely love New Nightmare.
Yeah.
But Scream, without a shadow of a doubt, especially the first one, is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It is in the top 3 franchises for me. You know, it's Halloween, Friday, Scream.
Wow.
And then Nightmare is probably right after that. But I forgot he did Vampire in Brooklyn, by the way.
I did too.
I loved Vampire in Brooklyn.
I saw that in the theater. I saw that in the theater, man. That's a funny ass movie.
It is. 1995.
Yep.
Vampire. But yeah, no, I love him. So he had Wes Craven's New Nightmare 94, Vampire in Brooklyn 95, and then Scream in 96. And I'm also one of those guys that will defend Scream 3. I love Scream 3. It was really butchered by the Columbine shootings. That really screwed up everything with that movie. I think they had plans for 2 killers. So, and you can still see just little remnants of those old plots in that movie. And yeah, the kills really did get butchered by that, because I think they were trying to keep from showing 2 killers, you know, with the 2 shooters, that 2 comparable to 2 shooters, and then the blood. I think everybody's cracking down on violence back then towards young people. So but all around, I think the film was enjoyable. I think it had its creepy moments. It had really good music. You know, it did have its goofy parts with like the Silent Bob and Jay cameos and the Carrie Fisher cameo and shit like that. But it's always been, that's what Scream's always been about, more meta stuff. I absolutely,
that's what I like about it.
So
A lot of people take the Scream franchise and think it's like just another kind of slasher franchise, and it's actually more than that. It's really a commentary on like slashers in general. Yeah.
That's another thing that's really so brilliant about it. You take that and you turn it on its head, and you kind of make fun of it a little bit, but you also add this really real scary like you add this scary element to it, where you've got these real people, these real kids that that are killing you and your friends. And it's different than a boogeyman. It's different than some big brute zombie or a guy in your dreams. It's so different from that. It's literally your peers that are fast. They come in 2s, 3s. Well, like, you don't know at the time, but like there's just it's just a whole different thing, man. It's creepy as fuck. And back then, the way they moved, they're just so much faster, and it creeped me out as a kid. And maybe I just watched too fucking young, but it creeped me. Like, I was scared to answer the phone for a while.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you hear my dad's buddies would call on the phone to talk to him, and they had these deep voices, and you're like, oh, is Mike there? Oh yeah, he's right here. Sorry.
That's right.
Too fucking young to watch that.
Yeah, it's great that you get those movies though, that they leave an impact on you. You know what I mean?
That's what it's all about.
Dude, Drew reviews My Deadly Friend. Oh my God, Christy Swanson.
Yes. Yep. Was it? She throws the basketball into.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, blows the guy's head up with a fucking basketball. Tyler, what's going on, brother? Hey, brother, what's going on, man? The fact the Scream movie can actually be pulled off in reality is pretty wild if you think about it. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
and those ghost face costumes, dude, they were fucking a dime a dozen. But I would say still can sell them at Walmart. They're shitty looking ones now, but I mean, they were selling those things left and right back then. And they were wearing them to premieres. People were wearing them to the theaters, just like in Stab 2, just like in Scream 2, during that premiere. And you dude, that was one of the craziest scenes I've ever seen. You have so many people dressed up as the same killer, and he can slide right in there unannounced and kill somebody, and everyone just kind of cheers it on because they think it's a gag at first. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's very reality based, and that's what makes
knowing how people are in crowds, especially, that's pretty fucking scary. People are crazy and very unobservant.
Yes.
And even if they are observant, they're passive because they don't know. You don't know if it's real. You don't know if it's not. You don't know what to do. Even if you think it's real, you don't really know what to do. People, it's the same. It's the same thing you see if you're in a Walmart parking lot and you see some dude shouting at his wife, or grabbing her, some people will be like, hey dude, what the fuck you doing? But some people are like, let's not get involved. Let's not get involved. We don't want that kind of trouble. We don't want that kind of shit, even though it's wrong. It's a very passive thing.
Oh, it is, but that's society shifted, that
it is.
20 years ago, somebody jump in, now it's like, well, you jump in, you get sued, or, it's like, you motherfucker take a video. What do you,
now it's probably more like, well, what did she do to him?
Right?
Oh my God. So true.
You know what I mean? What did she do to him?
For real.
This bitch is crazy.
Because that's what I see most, that's what I see more now is women really screaming at their significant others, husband, boyfriend, or whatever.
They really test those limits.
Yeah, you really see a lot of female to male aggression,
which is crazy. I mean, just crazy.
Yeah, well, it is. They're more emboldened because you can't, as a man, you can't do or say anything, or you can get locked up just for looking at them wrong, and you're just sitting back, just going like,
women.
Dude, that just reminded me of the Key and Peele skit. I said, bitch. Yeah, but you said that though, right? You said bitch.
You said bitch. That's what you said, right? That's what you said.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
I said, bitch. I'm the man of the house.
Hey, baby. Well.
Yeah. Oh shit. Hey, you guys want something to drink?
I was just showing him. I was showing him the property lines.
Yeah, that ends. They're up in the fucking tree, aren't they? I think at one point.
Yeah, they're
like
hiding
in a tree.
They're in space at the end.
That's just that creativity, man. Creativity,
yeah, for sure.
Wait, the new Strangers movie.
I didn't know they were making another one.
I heard they're making another one. I don't think how many of those did they make? I saw the first one. That's I think the only one I've. Is there two?
There's
There's
yeah.
two.
Strangers and Strangers Play at Night.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never seen the second one.
I haven't either.
I've never seen it. I've never seen that.
Pray at Night. Isn't that the Tyler? The Strangers Pray at Night. Is that the one with Liv Tyler in it? If that's the one.
Was Liv Tyler in the first one?
Was she in the first one?
I can't remember. Yeah, whichever one she was in was the one I liked.
She was in the first one.
Okay. Then
yeah,
that's the one I liked. I know I liked one, not the other.
Yeah, I think might be the first one. I like the first one. Okay, I just read Tyler's comment there.
Yeah,
Daryl, I looked this woman in the window in her eye socket. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I looked in the window of her soul. Bitch. My favorite part of that is like I named off 5 other restaurants. No, Craig, no. No.
Oh, she said no. Liv Tyler was in part 1. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I liked. Then, yeah.
That's funny. You're talking about naming off 5 restaurants. So, quick funny story. I don't know if Trina's heard this one. So we're down in Newport, Kentucky for dinner. The second night of Horror Hound, right? And all right, the wife, she's in bed. She's not going to hear me. Run check.
So
yeah, right. She's outside the door. I can see. I can see her stand under the door. Come in and get fucking clocked. But so she's driving back because I had a few pops. She's driving back. Super fans in the back. My kids sitting in the back, and they're back there talking. And we got my phone's on the dash. Got the GPS, so we know where to go because we have no idea where the fuck we are, And we're going back, and I'm like, okay, it says here you gotta get off on exit A. Right here. You got to get off on exit A right here. Hun, you got to turn on exit A. You didn't tell me when I needed to turn, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna let I'm for once in my life, I'm like, I'm okay. And I look, I'm like, okay, so go up 1.2 miles and then get off on the exit on the right. It's right here. Here's the exit number right here. Okay. The exit number is right. Okay. All right. Gets off on the exit. Like 2 weeks later, I'm talking to Adam. He messages me. He's like, hey, he goes, I just wanted to let you know that was the most self-control I've ever seen you exhibit. He's like, when you told her 4 times to turn and she says, you never told me to turn. He goes, I was sitting back there biting my tongue going like, nope, it's not your place. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. You heard him tell her 3 to 4 times she needed to turn. So
good Adam.
See, I'm the guy that probably would have done like, hey, he did because he did say 4 times.
That's right there. I would have turned into somebody on Maury and be like, yeah, Chess, I told you 4 times. You told me to. I knew I was right.
Yeah, and I would not intentionally egg you on like that, but I would just back you up. Like, no, he did tell you. I just wanted.
But I didn't say anything. I just like, okay, honey. And then
that was probably the appropriate response.
It was. But the inappropriate thing was after I talked to Adam, I was like, we're driving somewhere and we're talking. I'm like, hey, so me and Adam are talking.
Yes!
And she got so mad at me. We're in the car and she just did one of these. She was like,
I don't blame her.
And just sat there. I'm like, no. Oh, you were wrong.
Oh, no.
Okay. I'm like, when I'm wrong, I have to know about it. But I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
okay, so do you know why she was mad at you? Did she explain why she was mad?
That's how
she didn't have to. I just figured women are irrational creatures.
It wasn't just because she was wrong, though. That definitely play a factor in it.
Oh yeah.
It was because you talked to Adam about it.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you be talking to somebody else about it.
Yep.
That ain't nobody else's business.
Yep.
I was like, but to be fair,
keep that shit out of your mouth.
He was there when the event transpired. I mean, he was part of the entire scenario. He was in the car. Thus, I would think, by all legality, given he has privy to firsthand knowledge of the entire scope of the situation in full context, he could provide commentary on it and maybe some correction, which was obviously
this is when your wife starts talking in third person. It's like, you're Adam, better keep your wife's name out his fucking mouth.
Yes.
Yeah. It refers to her as your wife. Yeah. You tell Adam to keep your wife's name out his fucking mouth.
Yep.
I'm not
slapping Adam. You slap.
I'm not slapping Adam.
You got to now. You have to now. Will Smith will haunt you in your dreams if you don't.
God damn it. As long as I'm not dreaming of him getting plowed over a couch by Dwayne Martin. I'm sorry.
P Diddy in it. Yeah.
Diddy
party. Yeah. Diddy party.
Was Diddy calling Will Smith daddy too? Like he did Meek Mill. Yeah.
You're my Fresh Prince.
I threw in a Diddy joke in my SmackDown video that nobody watched too. I did. I said, who was it? Nice. I was like, I said Carmelo Hayes looked like a Diddy victim. I played a few bars of Bad Boys for Life after that. I'm like, I didn't picture a Diddy. I'm like, yep.
That's good. That's good underrated content right there. People need to be watching that.
It got 9 views, so yeah, go ahead and watch it, folks. Even if you don't like wrestling, trust me, there's enough jokes in there.
Yeah,
that
hit those jokes up.
That's all I'm doing. And like I said, this Raw review, I've got. Okay, I'll give you guys just a clue. I refer to Nia Jax as the rogue Leviathan, and when she comes, I shouldn't laugh at my own jokes. That's terribly unprofessional, but. It's just I'm high and it made me laugh because when she comes out, I have the glass of water from Jurassic Park.
Oh, nice. The ripple.
And then she makes her entrance and I play the old Godzilla theme.
Maybe it's the power trying to come back on.
I don't know. To me, it's funny. To me, that's stupid.
That's what I do. Funny. That's what I put in my reviews. If it's like I put them in there, I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it to make myself laugh.
Yep. I'm like,
if everybody else likes that shit, then so be it.
I'm like,
these videos are for me.
This is my
YouTube.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
We say that at work all the time.
And it goes back to wrestling again, Trina.
It always does. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm used to it now.
She's giving up.
We get an hour and 30 minutes of horror, and then there's 30 miscellaneous minutes just talking about wrestling.
Yeah, pretty much.
Random wrestling references. And that's what happens. And again, here comes a wall of text.
Yep. Private chat is lighting up. Bing, 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 bing.
My fucking battery on my phone wore down. My DMs have gone off so much during the fucking stream. It's like, asshole, answer me. Yeah, I will not be ignored. Did you just copy and paste that?
Yeah, 100%. It's the same emojis, everything.
Copy and pasted everything. Have some originality when you berate me.
Yeah. You got to change up some words.
None of this is true.
Make it look like you're not copying me.
It's all based on a true story. Holy shit. And I think that's a good place to put a bookend on this. Brandon, go ahead and tell the folks where they can find you and what's going on over at the Sanitarium, my brother.
Well, you can find me at Smith's Grove Sanitarium over here on YouTube. And right now I'm about middle of the road through my Friday the 13th franchise review. I just released part 5. I think it's a really fun one. You guys need to check that out. Also, go check out part 5 because I think it's an underrated film. I'm in that camp now. And so I'll be working on my part 6 Jason Lives video here really soon. And that's pretty much all I've got coming out at the moment for my channel. So it takes me a while to do those. So you can find me over at Smith's Grove Sanitarium.
Thank you for being here, man.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's always fun.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
glad you could join us again.
Yes.
Absolutely, Trina. It's always a pleasure.
You as well. Thank you.
And Trina, are you guys doing the show Thursday night? Are you doing anything Thursday?
I'm not sure if there's going to be a collectible pass this week, but we do collectible pass streams on Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective channel on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. He's not streaming currently. You know, he's got some stuff going on, so I'm not really sure if there's going to be one this week. But yeah, that's where those are, and we have a lot of fun doing those, talking about toys of the past and stuff. Yeah, that's about it. And Thursday night will be Etep and I will be joining Grave Reviews to review the remake of Dawn of the Dead. So that will be fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
I
got to teach on Friday, but I'm going to have a few cocktails during the show. I'll have a few beers probably during the show. I'm looking forward to it. I got to watch it probably. Well, tomorrow's Wednesday, so I got to watch it tomorrow. So I have to finish the Raw review tonight and then watch Dawn of the Dead tomorrow. And it's a Zack Snyder movie, so yeah,
5 hours long.
I'll be busy. I'll be busy because I got golf tomorrow night with the boys. So, but his first time on the greens tomorrow night. So I'm looking forward to watching that. I'm looking forward to going over to Grave Reviews. They're one of our guests here, and they were in the chat tonight. So their link is in the chat right now. Go over and subscribe to Grave Reviews. Make sure you subscribe to Brandon. I know Draven said he subbed to your channel earlier.
Yeah, and, appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Instant Regret did too. Yeah, Trina's links in the description as always. I have my Raw review coming out, and after that, I'm gonna do a couple horror movies. We're gonna record a rad Patreon commentary. We might do a watch party and then record the commentary afterwards, because I don't want to. I want to. There's a way I do the Patreon commentaries, guys. You're gonna want to sign up for those. When, like I said, I want to have a stockpile of them when we're ready to launch, and that's just me getting the funds set aside for Vimeo. So hint, hint. But yeah, so we got that, and I'm still Friday the 13th Part 4. Look, I'm working on a 40th anniversary review of that. We're bogged down in production though, because I've been so caught up in wrestling lately. And oh shit, yeah, Saturday I almost forgot, we're streaming Backlash right here at 1 Eastern from Lyon, France. We'll be watching that. The crew will be here. It's an early 1 p.m. so I can still get some stuff done during the day. But yeah, so that's the show for the evening, folks. Thank you, Drew Reviews, and Tyler. Tyler, I hit you up in a comment section. I'll email you, bro. Thank you for being here. And Draven, one more time for Draven tonight, just because, Draven, I love you. I love you, buddy. Here you go. One more time, just for you, buddy.
Liking that remake.
Yep, that's it right there. But yeah, thank you everybody in the chat, man. I think what else did say Instant Regret was here. Keemon Bell. Congrats. Keemon's been around for about a year or so now. Keemon's graduating high school this year. So congrats, Keemon. And he's actually from not too far away from me. He lives in a city where I used to wrestle in. So it's kind of cool. Papa Cotton was here earlier. Chef Nation. Yeah, Davian Donaldson. Again, feel better, my friend. Superfan Adam Shawhan. Pop Cyclops himself was here. So yeah, he fell asleep last night and didn't or Monday night, and didn't make the stream. I forgot to put this up. I had this just for the show tonight. I had Horace, and then we had this.
I'm all about missing shit that I on StreamYard that I didn't put up.
Right.
I'm bad about it.
See, I forgot. But gang, me and Vinny are talking, and I think Sunday night, to my own detriment, this Sunday night, in lieu of his Sunday night stream over on Vinny's channel, because I've done the last 2 sessions of Resident Evil here, we'll be playing some more Resident Evil 5, and yes, I do have a lovely rack. I have a lovely rack.
I'll say.
But yeah, we'll be playing some more of that. I want to play a Shiva for the jiggle physics.
Right.
The sheerly, yeah, that's it.
The 2008 jiggle physics.
Yep, it's actually I hadn't played a game since the first one in like '96. So this has been
you
a lot
haven't?
of fun. No.
Oh, dude.
No, this has been a lot of fun, and I've already downloaded part
franchise.
6. I've already downloaded part 6, and I'm gonna get the remake of 1 after I clear those out. So thank you everybody for being here. We appreciate you guys.
Definitely.
TBD on the Tales from the Crypt. I want to bring it back. It's just a matter of time right now, and we'll fit it in. Maybe we'll do it as an X exclusive. But until the next time, folks, I'm Etep Okuian from the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of you. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I will catch you all on the next one.